What's up, guys? This is the second episode of It's Case. Hopefully you guys liked the first episode and we're back with another one. My name is Savan.
I'm Kunal. So like all good things, 2018 is coming to an end too.
And so we're going to be discussing the top 10 sports moments of 2018.
And like each episode, we're going to start this one with the draft as well.
So for this segment, we're going to be drafting the top NBA player name checks and songs of 2018. And we have Mo Bamba by Sheck West.
Devin Booker and Sicko by Travis Scott and Drake.
Lost my respect, you not a threat. When I shoot my shot, that shit wetty like on Sheck. See the shots that I took, wet like on book.
And we have Kevin Durant and 44 More by Logic.
Blowing up like ring, 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 ring. That Kevin Durant, I'm a champion.
And we have Markelle, Fultz, and Dennis Jr. in A Lot by 21 Savage and J. Cole.
Reflecting on how he made it to the top, wondering if it was worth it or not. I pray for Markelle cause they fucked up his shot. Just want you to know that you got it, my nigga. Though I never met you, I know that you special. When that the Lord bless you, don't doubt it, my nigga. Dennis Jr. stay solid, my nigga.
And we have Kobe Bryant mentioned by Travis Scott in Stargazing and Reel It In by Aminé.
She keep my dick jumping out like I'm Moby. I'm way too go for this beefing like I'm Kobe.
Here's Michael Jordan and Reel It In by Aminé and Watch, Travis Scott, Lil Uzi.
Jordan with no field jack.
Really got the TikTok missing. This pimpin'. Broke niggas got me living.
We got Scottie, Pippen and Reel It In by Aminé.
I'm Kobe, I'm never gon' dish it.
And then we got Lonzo Ball, Kuzma, and Kylie Kuzma by Lonzo Ball. Okay, so we'll start with the coin flip. Call it.
Tails.
Hey Siri, flip a coin.
It's tails.
Okay, you got first pick.
Alright, so my first pick is going to be Kobe being Bryant. He's pretty much like my idol growing up. And the Mamba mentality says it all.
And I'll take the player Kobe tries to be and wants to be, Michael Jordan.
Alright, good pick. Now I'm going to pick my favorite player of right now. Kevin Durant, 7-foot monster, shoots the three, does it all, fade left shoulder, right shoulder, everything.
And I'll take Jordan's go-to, Scottie Pippen.
Okay, I'm going to take a young emerging star, Devin Booker. He has a great shot, three-point shot, wet like I'm booked.
Okay, I'll take Kyle Kuzma.
Okay, I'm going to take Dennis Jr. as my point guard. He's got a lot of bounce, a lot of electricity in his dunks.
And I'll take... You took Mo Bamba? I got Mo Bamba.
Alright, Mo Bamba. Alright, so now I'm going to take Lonzo Ball to be my assist man. Pair him along with Dennis Jr.
And you know, Philly native, Philly guy. I'm going to take Markelle Fultz.
Alright, ready to list your team?
So at the 1, I got Markelle Fultz. At the 2, I got Michael Jordan. At the 3, I got Scottie Pippen. At the 4, I got Kyle Kuzma. And at the 5, I got Mo Bamba.
And I have Dennis Jr. at the 1, Kobe Bryant at the 2, Devin Booker at the 3, Lonzo Ball at the 4, and Kevin Durant at the center.
Okay, so from the get-go, I think my team's much bigger than you, so I feel like you'll have matchup problems.
Okay, and with the matchup problems, it may be a problem for, say, like if we were playing in the 90s, but I think in this day and age, matchups can easily be disguised, especially with my three-point shooting.
Okay, but you know how like the Celtics, they're trying to play like positionless basketball. I feel like my team's more like that. Like I don't have Markelle Fultz is a little big. He's like a shooting guard-ish, and then Mo Bamba's a little smaller for a center. So I feel like my team is like more positionless.
Right, but you also have a lot of first-year type second-year players. You have Markelle Fultz, Kyle Kuzma, Mo Bamba, whereas I have more experienced players, and the only two rookies are Dennis Jr. and Lonzo Ball.
Booker's kind of young too, though, if you think about it.
Booker is young, but I feel like he's gaining more experience in the league, and he knows how to close it in the clutch.
I guess, but I feel like Kuzma's there too. Kuzma's at that level.
Kuzma is there, but he also had to take a step back when LeBron joined the team.
The only glaring difference I see on my team is Markelle Fultz because of his injury, but I also feel like before he was injured and he was playing, like offensively, his shot wasn't like great. Like his mid-range was okay, his layup package was good. Defensively, he was solid.
Yeah, I agree. This matchup is maybe could be ruined by Fultz on your team. Like it could really swing the balance to my team. If Markelle Fultz is not playing as A game, it could be like playing 4-on-5 on offense.
Yeah, but I also feel like because of Jordan and how much better he is, like the best player on the team, on both teams, like how much better he is.
On both teams, that's a little... Because Kobe can almost match his productivity.
Okay, but when you rank players overall,
I put Kobe at 1.
You put Kobe at 1?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't agree with that at all.
Well, it's a debate.
Kobe,
it's
LeBron,
always a debate.
I mean, Jordan,
Kobe's
LeBron.
always in there.
Kobe's like the third one. Kobe
but he's
falls out of
definitely
it.
you can't like
I
clear
put him
over
at
Kobe.
3, but Jordan's number 1.
But I
think LeBron's
I put
number
Kobe
1.
at 1 and Jordan at 2. But it's not a big deal.
You're putting LeBron at 3?
Yeah.
So not KD?
KD's gonna be at,
We'll
KD's top
let's
10,
talk
but
about
not yet.
I just feel like my team might win in a full series and all because of the matchup mishap.
It's definitely gonna be a
mismatches.
close series, maybe like 7 games, and I feel like KD could also be a big game changer because he's a player in this team that nobody else plays like. He's like a mismatch problem.
See, I feel like you're disregarding my Pippen, Jordan, and Kuzma combo right there.
You're right. Pippen, he's a good defender. He probably will be on KD.
I'd probably put him on KD.
But KD still has a couple inches on him and can just turn over his shoulder, shoot.
Yeah.
And when KD's on his offensive groove and Kobe is hitting his shots, like it's like who do you can
Yeah,
you can't guard
that's
him
true.
too.
But I just feel like it'll be close, obviously. But I just feel like you kind of have like 4 point guards, like Dennis Smith,
That is
Kobe
true.
Small too. He could play point, and then Booker and Zoe. So I feel like my team was just like because like Kuzma's vertical, he could get long. He's agile. He could guard. Same with Pippen, and Bamba. He's a center, but like he could move. He's not like.
But the thing is, he's
like,
inexperienced. So
he's
like,
inexperienced, yeah, for sure.
You
yeah.
could easily exploit that.
It would
So
be a
for
close
my
game.
team, I think I have 2 offensive caliber players that are similar to Jordan, Kobe and KD, whereas you only have 1. So if the offense gets rolling, it's hard for you to stop, right?
Yeah, but I feel like defensively I could. Cause see, you're saying we're playing today's day and age.
Yeah.
We have 2 players that played in. We have 3 players in this draft that played in the 90s.
Who do you got?
I got Jordan and Pippen.
All right, so I got Kobe.
Yeah, so there's 3 players in the
Okay,
draft.
yeah,
So like
okay,
you
okay.
like it like we gotta like it does like it could get physical.
All right.
And
So
in the physicality, I think I'll win.
okay, in the physicality, but I think in the shooting wise and scoring offensively,
Yeah,
I think I'd win.
I think it'll be a close matchup. I think I beat you by an edge. But,
I think I'd beat you by an edge, but that's just me.
All right, so we'll keep it. We'll leave it to the audience.
All right, let's keep it moving. So now we're gonna count down the top 10 sports moments of 2018.
At number 10, we have Shaquem Griffin, who's our inspirational story of 2018.
So he's a twin brother, but he was born with amniotic band syndrome, which is a rare disease. Basically, it's like your umbilical cord is wrapped around your hand, and you have like severe pain on that hand.
So for those who don't know Shaquem Griffin, he also has a twin brother, Shaquille Griffin, who's currently playing cornerback for the Seahawks.
And as a kid, he had a lot of pain with the umbilical cord. It was basically like webbing around his fingers on his left hand, and
it was a lot, it was very painful.
Very
like,
painful,
Yeah,
yeah.
he couldn't he could barely use his arm or hand in a way. It was very painful for him. And
Yeah.
eventually he wanted to cut it off, but he ended up getting surgery to get it removed.
It was a success, the surgery, and after that, like all balls were rolling in terms of
Yeah,
sports.
nothing was stopping
activities,
him.
nothing stopped him. He ran track, did basketball, he worked out.
Yeah, he did everything. And then Shaquille and Shaquem both played football in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And Shaquille was highly recruited. He got D1 offers, but he turned them down because he wanted to be with his brother.
Exactly. And then until one university both offered them, it was University of Central Florida, and yeah.
As a freshman, Shaquem was redshirted, but then 2016-2017 season,
Yep.
he got his chance, and then he shined.
Yeah, he shined. He was 11th in the nation in sacks.
Conference Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. Like, if you give a guy a chance, like, he could
Yeah.
do so much.
Yeah, at the linebacker position, yeah. And then in the 2017-2018 season, his redshirt sophomore year, the team was undefeated. Like he led them.
Yeah,
that was the inspiration.
He was a defensive monster.
Yeah,
like,
no,
if
he
you
didn't
look
let
at his
anything
highlights,
stop him. Yeah,
like
He was
interception,
disgusting, yeah.
sacks, like that. Those hits.
yeah. The
Like,
quarterbacks, the offenses were fearing him.
Yeah,
like,
but even after all that, he didn't get.
after all that, he didn't
even get
any-
invited to the
yeah.
combine.
How did I get invited to the combine this year?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But then when he did get a chance,
When did he get a chance? It was crazy. He went to the combine and ran a
4.38,
40-yard dash.
That's the fastest for a linebacker.
That's crazy. And that time is the same as his brother. That's just a coincidence.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you know what else is the same as his brother?
They're on the same team.
Oh.
You
So
know-
the 2018 NFL draft, he was drafted in the 5th round.
By the
pick one-
Seahawks.
By the Seahawks, pick 141.
That's crazy. You
Yeah.
twin brother,
Uh-huh.
same team. They stick together. Like
It goes to
it's-
show you that, you can do with anything if you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
And he never let anything stop him. So yeah, that's our 10th moment of 2018.
Mhm.
So at number 9, we have Cristiano Ronaldo moving from Real Madrid to Juventus.
So whenever a top player in a sport leaves his team, it always creates news.
Especially, even the living changes. He has to go from Spain to Italy. He went from La Liga to Serie A. So,
Big
It's a big
difference.
thing, yeah.
And if you look at his accolades in Real Madrid, 9 years there, he won all his Ballon d'Ors there. over 300 goals.
Yeah, I feel like he dominated himself as the top player on the Real Madrid.
He was the top dog.
He asserted himself. Even though he had teammates like Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema, Luka Modric, he still was the top player on that team.
And I feel like in Real Madrid, he established himself as easily the top 2 player in the world in soccer.
Of course, yeah,
for sure. There's a debate, but you could make argument he's number 1. You can't say you could easily, yeah. Even if you look at his transfer fee.
Yeah, I know it's really high for a 30-year-old player.
Yeah, it's the highest for a 30-year-old.
Highest year for a 30-year-old.
100 million euros, right? Yeah. It's crazy. But then you saw who won the Ballon d'Or this year?
Yeah, Luka Modric, his teammate. Yeah, that's crazy,
That's
right?
crazy. His former teammate, right?
That begs the question, was it Ronaldo making Real Madrid really good or Real Madrid's culture making the players really well,
I don't know, but right now Juventus is top in the Group A in Champions League. So
time will tell.
Yeah, so I feel like he's still doing his due, but we'll see as time goes on.
So that's it for the 9th moment of 2018.
He's number 1 on most people's list. He's number 8 on ours. At number 8, we have LeBron James moving from the Cleveland Cavaliers to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, and so he signed a 4-year, $150 million contract for the Lakers. And I think the surprising part of that was that it wasn't a 1-on-1 deal.
Yeah, most of the times, when he came back to Cleveland, he signed a 2-year contract and then re-signed eventually. Yeah. So I feel like this was pretty surprising.
Yeah, he wanted to be more. He usually is more flexible with his contracts, but now it shows that he really wants to stay with the Lakers.
Yeah. And he's out of the East for the first time in his career.
Yeah, it's the first time in the West. That's crazy because he's usually dominating the East. And so most people are focused on the basketball decision, but it was more than a basketball decision. He also focused on his family, and I think most importantly for the Hollywood.
Yeah, I feel like the business aspect of it. This year, he narrated a movie called Smallfoot, which is a kids movie, but his voice was in it.
He was definitely in it.
And then the show, The Shop.
Yeah, The Shop is a pretty good show.
Yeah, on HBO.
HBO, yeah.
Exactly. He's bringing in players. Yeah. He's talking to people. It's pretty crazy. It's definitely bigger than basketball.
Odell's in it. Todd Gurley. Yeah.
All the top athletes, Drake was on it. Everyone was on it.
Drake was on it. Explain his beef with Pusha T. Yeah.
Exactly. It's pretty. It's definitely more than basketball. He wants to prove he's not just an athlete.
And I think this move was pretty obvious after one moment. So what was that moment?
I think that moment was Game 1 of the 2018 finals.
Yeah, he dominated that game, man.
He went off.
What do you have at the end?
51 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists.
That's crazy. If he had 50 points and they still lost.
Exactly. I feel like he put it all on the line in that Game 1, but that moment.
Yes.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah,
what happened?
It was tied 107 to 107.
107.
And George Hill is shooting his second free throw. He made the first one. He misses the second one. And the surprising thing that happens is JR gets the rebound over KD. But what was the even more surprising part?
That he thought the score was tied, took it out, tried to run out the clock.
He thought the score was he thought they were up one.
He thought they were up one, and he took it out
so that he just dribbled the clock out. But they were tied, so he should have just went right back up.
He could have went right back up. It would have got fouled most likely.
And then the classic thing that happens is he points his arm, and that becomes the ultimate meme moment of 2018.
2018. That's crazy.
But then more than after that, he was visibly upset in the timeout.
Yeah, for sure.
And what happened after in the
locker room?
He punched the whiteboard, and that changed that series.
I think he still put up numbers.
Yeah, but he was not playing the same.
Yeah, he wasn't the same.
And you can even tell if you were reading their lips during the dialogue. It's he was like,
I thought we were up one.
Exactly. yeah.
No, see what happened was we all knew he was most likely gonna get leave the team, but that moment, when you put it all on the line and then you lose after that discouraging moment that just ends it.
He knew I'm out of here.
Okay, so that's it for the 8th moment of 2018.
So for the 7th moment of 2018, we have Drew Brees becoming the all-time NFL leading passer.
And I feel like Drew Brees is very underrated.
Very underrated, yeah. I feel like it wasn't possible for short quarterbacks to have success until Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, and now Baker Mayfield, And
I feel like Drew Brees has basically all the records. Most career passing yards, most career pass completions, most pass completions in the season, highest career completion percentage, and highest single-season completion percentage. Plus a lot more.
Yeah, he has a lot of records.
And he's breaking a lot this year.
It's especially a lot this year, so let's go through some of those. In Week 5 against the Redskins on Monday Night Football, Drew Brees broke Peyton Manning's all-time passing yardage record with a 60-yard touchdown pass. He currently has 74,437 yards, while Peyton Manning has 71,940 yards.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he's still counting.
And he also passed Brett Favre for the most completions this year too.
Yeah, I know.
6,586 over crazy. Brett Favre's 6,300. His next record came against the Ravens when he became the third quarterback to beat all 32 teams, including the Saints, because he was
drafted by the Chargers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that same game, he joined Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, and Tom Brady for 500 touchdowns. So,
yeah, and I feel like he's underrated still because he doesn't get in the same conversation with those three quarterbacks.
Nobody talks about him in the top tier, and he's definitely up there. Yeah, but I don't think all this would have been possible if he didn't get traded by the Chargers.
Crazy. Him and LT.
Yeah, and like obviously they got Phillip Rivers, who isn't bad, but things would have been different. And Saints took a big risk. No, but they took a big risk because his throwing shoulder was messed up.
Exactly, that's his throwing shoulder. So his rotator cuff, I think, got injured. Yeah,
exactly. So his career could have been done then, but overcame the odds. I feel like that's been a topic for today. Like
overcoming the odds, for sure.
Like he put in work, hard work, determination.
Got with Sean Payton, and now they're an iconic coach-quarterback duo.
Everyone talks about Belichick and Brady, but
nobody talks about Payton and Brees. Yeah,
exactly, and they're definitely up there.
And look what they're doing right now. They're still competing. They're still competing for the Super Bowl. Yeah,
like they're always in the conversation for the top team.
Okay, so that's it for the 7th moment of 2018.
So the team that beat the guy with all the records. At number 6, we have the Minnesota Miracle.
Yeah, so the Vikings are playing the Saints in the NFC divisional playoff game. It was 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and the Vikings were down.
The Vikings were down 23-24. 3rd and 10 from their own 42. No timeouts.
So they got to get a field goal, at least a field goal, or a touchdown. Yeah.
But they have no timeouts.
No timeouts. So then if they try to go for a field goal, they got
9 times out of 10. Yeah. 9 times out of 10, that game's over.
Yeah.
You turn off your or you just have it in the background.
Exactly. That's what I thought. It was Saints are in the NFC Championship.
Exactly. That's what I was assuming. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm like, we're playing the Saints. Yeah, but then you know what happens here?
What happened?
Case Keenum throws it up to Stephon Diggs. Marcus Williams makes a tackle, 61-yard touchdown.
Marcus Williams, he's a rookie, so that might have played a role in it. But he's also having a good season that year.
Yeah, he was having a really good season. But now, that's going to haunt him for the rest of his career. That's not, when you think of Marcus Williams, he's the guy that missed the tackle in the playoffs.
Exactly.
But, let's not take away from Case Keenum and Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
61
to have the wherewithal for Stephon Diggs, he's probably thinking, let me get out. But to have the wherewithal to say, let me go.
Stay in and go for that
he missed the tackle, I'm going. I see open field.
Emotions
and to actually
flying.
score it, and then after that, where he puts his arms out, it's just crazy.
That was
it was I remember.
Yeah, one of the craziest moments of 2018.
My mouth being just...
Yeah, it's crazy how you complete that pass. What are the odds?
I know.
What are the odds? It's crazy.
All right,
okay, so that's it for number 6 of 2018.
Mm-hmm. So at number 5, we have Conor McGregor versus Khabib in UFC 229.
So for those who saw the fight, it was a pretty good fight.
Khabib was wrestling. He was doing good in the wrestling part.
Yeah, he was going down low, getting McGregor.
Submissions, yeah.
He was it was a good fight. I feel like McGregor held his own, but then eventually he got gassed out.
Yeah, he just got gassed out in the end. And that final submission, he tapped out.
Yeah, but I feel like what put this on the list
wasn't
the fight.
It
was after the fight.
Exactly.
So what happened after the fight was, Khabib didn't want to get off of McGregor.
Yeah.
And then they exchanged a few words, and then the other team members got involved.
Yeah, exactly. Khabib's agent pushed away one of Conor McGregor's friends, and then out of nowhere, Khabib jumps out the ring and starts hitting. I think it was Dylan Dennis.
He went at him. He threw Dylan Dennis got an elbow in. He got a kick in.
But he also got ambushed also.
Yeah. But then while that was going on,
Conor McGregor tried to go out the ring too.
Yeah, he tried to go out the ring to help out. But then Khabib's cousin, they came in. They exchanged a few punches.
Yeah, and then he got pulled back in the ring.
But then 2 other guys came in from behind.
2 other guys came into the ring too, and the security just let them out.
Exactly, that was crazy. I feel like it was chaotic. So it was hard.
It's understandable.
Everyone jumping in and out.
So while Conor's looking at 1 or 2 guys ahead of him, he gets blindsided from the back.
But I feel like it looks like Conor was a victim, but I feel like he did his...
Yeah, also,
he threw his punches too.
Exactly.
And the whole thing before the fight, the press conference and everything,
the press conference, he
McGregor was
very,
bullying.
He had a lot of antics.
He was bullying him, you fucking rat.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a lot for just promoting the event, but I think it's also part of his personality.
Mm-hmm. He went at he got personal. He went at his religion. He went at his dad. He went at his agent, called him a terrorist, a rat.
Exactly.
He was going at him.
And then what about that bus incident?
That's what led to the whole fight.
Exactly.
McGregor's friend and Khabib had beef, and then McGregor jumped in, went at him at the bus. Threw he threw a chair
at the bus and it broke the window.
Yeah.
But what about the press conference? What did Dana White say? He's like...
So the 2 people that jumped in, they're UFC fighters.
They're UFC fighters as well. So then he said they're not going to be fighting in the UFC ever again.
Well, it makes sense, man. You come in and it's not you're not supposed to do that.
It's not respectable to the UFC brand.
Exactly. And Dana White's brought that brand up to a high level.
Exactly. He worked very hard for that. Yeah.
And then even after the fight was over, he didn't give out the trophy. Not trophy, but the
The belt.
He didn't give it on the spot.
He had to do it privately because like the commotion it would cause.
The crowd would have gone crazy if Khabib got it after all that.
Yeah, and so a couple people got arrested too, like 3 of Khabib's team members, but luckily Conor didn't press charges,
but
so they got
he
released.
probably did that because he didn't want to seem like the weasel. He didn't want to be like, oh, like I let you guys like.
No, but it's alright.
He didn't want to be the snitch.
Exactly, it's okay.
And like I feel like he holds himself to a high standard where he's like, oh, like I'll probably like. He'll probably ask for a rematch and then try to redeem himself.
And I think we'll all be looking forward to that. So,
like for sure, yeah.
That's it for the 5th moment of 2018.
At number 4, we have the World Cup.
I feel like every time this time of year comes around, the World Cup is always a big sports topic. I feel like everyone gathers around to watch soccer at this moment.
Even if you're not a soccer fan, I feel like you have to watch the World Cup.
It, yeah.
Like it's like one of the major sporting events.
Yeah, and what about the final? It was Croatia versus France.
Yeah,
I unfortunately placed a $100 bet on Croatia, and I unfortunately lost that money.
That was a good game, though. 4-2. France came up on top, but like it was a really good game.
At the half, it was looking like a close game.
Yeah, and a lot of stars in that game.
Yeah, but then that one penalty changed it with Antoine Griezmann, but I feel like it annoys me every time he scores a penalty because he does what celebration?
The L dance.
He does to take the L from Fortnite, but it's okay. He's a good player.
Yeah, maybe we can even include Fortnite in our top 7 moments. That emerged this year too.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
But yeah, that was like...
They got playmakers, though. They got Pogba, Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah, Luka Modric on Croatia. Like it was a star-filled game. Like it was really good. But Mbappe, like he definitely emerged.
And he emerged definitely against Argentina. He scored 2 goals.
That's when he put he let everyone know I'm here.
But I think we were thinking like, oh man, he's younger than us.
19 years
we got
old?
a friend of him on Facebook. Like,
you know what I'm thinking? Like, you know how like when you win the World Cup, like they get champagne around, you drink champagne. You're 19 years old. How is he drinking?
Yeah, but it's in Russia though. I don't know. Maybe it's different out there.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But other headlines.
Speaking of Argentina, right? It was Maradona.
he
Cameras all over him. He was giving middle fingers.
He took the spotlight away from the players.
Oh man, bro.
It was like he was running he was playing on the field. Like it was crazy. What about Neymar?
Oh my. He was getting me tight because I feel like they're a good team, but him flopping distracts away from that. Yeah, he's a good player.
Always flopping.
It's like Neymar, you're such a good player. You don't need to be flopping that much.
That's funny though. It was good though. He's a good player. He's a good player.
Yeah, but you know what shocked everybody? Germany being knocked out. I feel like before the World Cup, they were favorites.
But that Germany goal by Kroos,
that was a big.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful. It was an extra time too.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
I don't know how he hit that.
That saved their season at the time, but then they eventually got out.
Knocked out. Yeah.
But it was a beautiful goal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what about Russia?
They were they played really well to be hosting the World Cup, and they came out with a 5-0 domination.
Yeah, over Saudi. Yeah, that was, and then Shershiv came out too.
Yeah,
on top.
that's a very inspirational
like
story.
He wasn't on their like starting lineup, but then someone got hurt. He came in and he
made the best out of his opportunity. Of always be ready.
Made the best out of his opportunity. And then I feel like one of the other good games was Spain and Portugal.
Yeah, I feel like Ronaldo really willed his team to be tying with
carried
Spain.
Them.
Yeah, he carried them. He had a hat trick. Yeah,
hat trick. Yeah, but that was like a really good game
and
too.
Then his last goal was that that free kick.
Yeah,
he banged that in. Yeah,
he did his celebration. And then the smaller countries like Croatia, Iceland, Panama.
Yeah.
Like they emerged too. Iceland
became the smallest nation to be in the World Cup.
Yeah, that's crazy. They only
have. You know their population?
How much?
350,000. That's crazy,
really?
Right? Yeah.
And then that's crazy. And then Panama scored their first goal of the World Cup.
Yeah, a lot of
Croatia made a bit
They made the final. They did really well for a small nation. Yeah.
What about Belgium though? I feel like they were the top team.
Yeah, I know. I liked watching Belgium play, but they just lost.
When I after the. Like group stages were coming to and I predicted that I wanted I predicted Belgium and Croatia in the finals, but France knocked them both out.
I know. I predicted Croatia because I liked Luka Modric and Rakitic.
Yeah, they're both I feel like a good team, but I think World Cup was really good this year.
Yeah,
enjoyed
really
it.
Good. So that's it for the 4th moment of 2018. So now we have to bring up some of the honorable mentions for the top sports moments of 2018. For our first honorable mention, we have Kevin Durant. With that shot in Game 3, right?
It was like the same shot he did last year.
Yeah, but it was a little deeper, though.
It was a little deeper, but it was the same spot, same clutchness, and it basically closed out the game.
The score was 103-100. Warriors were up.
And it looked like Cavs were down 3-0.
Yeah.
Oh, 2-0. And it looked like they were going to come back and maybe change it up.
Maybe had a chance, yeah.
But then Kevin Durant just ended
that chance. And that game, he had 43 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists.
And that whole series, though, he was averaging 28.8 points, 10.8 rebounds, 7.5 assists, and 2 blocks. That's basically a triple-double almost.
And also before that, the first 2 games, Steph Curry was having like a great game.
Yeah, but that game,
Steph wasn't
there.
Yeah.
Clay wasn't showing up. Like, it was just
I feel like the headlines were like, Steph, maybe he's going to get his first finals MVP, but then KD
ended it, yeah. Okay, so for the next moment, we have Dwayne Wade with his last dance Hashtag Sweet 16.
Yeah, he's practically in his retirement tour now. I feel like every game he does the jersey swap. I feel like it's more of a football thing, but now basketball players
are embracing it, yeah. And of our era, he's like a top point guard, shooting guard too.
Shooting guard, yeah, he is.
Watching him leave, like you could tell these players are getting old, and
it tells like we're watching, we're watching for the NBA for a long time.
Like first career, 3-time NBA champion, 1-time Finals MVP, 12 All-Stars.
He's iconic,
yeah.
He first career, he's averaging 22.5 points, 5.5 assists, 4.7 rebounds, and 1.6 steals.
Yeah,
those
he's definitely
great numbers. Yeah,
definitely up there in shooting guard debate, and he's definitely gonna be a Hall of Famer for sure.
And we'll be watching some of his last games. Of course.
Exactly.
So for our last honorable mention, we have Patrick Mahomes and his dominance at such a young age.
Definitely putting up crazy numbers: 48 touchdowns, 5,100 yards, and he's still going.
And think about this: it's like his rookie season this year because Alex Smith played last year.
Exactly. So he played one game, week 17, but like that doesn't count. Like you're not playing.
It doesn't count. Yeah, exactly.
And then he came out like gunning and slinging it.
Exactly.
Like,
only 3 quarterbacks have had 50 touchdowns: Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, but they did it at almost age 30.
Yeah, he's 22
years old. That's crazy.
And he's putting up crazy numbers. Like
I know.
Like when you're that young, defenses should be able to mess you up, and like they run schemes.
Yeah,
to, like
it's like his rookie year.
Exactly.
I gotta ask you though. Yeah. Is it more so Mahomes doing the excellence, or do you think it's a lot to do with Andy Reid?
I feel like last year Alex Smith had a really good year, but he wasn't putting up crazy numbers. Like he was putting up like good numbers, somewhat in the MVP conversation. But like if you look at that defense, they're horrible.
Yeah,
they rank in the bottom for almost every stat, except for like their like sacks and rushes and all. But
even though they have Eric Berry,
but like their corners aren't like they're not up there. So I feel like other teams are scoring points against him. So Patrick Mahomes has to put up numbers for them to win.
He's electric. If you see him on 4th down and 9 against the Ravens, no look passes, it's crazy.
And I feel like he would have definitely been in our top 10 moments. But because of his last like few games, he's fallen off. Like he slipped down a little, which happens. He's a young player.
And it's like the grind of the NFL season.
Exactly. Yeah. So like that's why we like put him out, but he's definitely like up there.
But remember the iconic moment when we saw like just NFL football in general passing was Rams Chiefs. That game was a good one in a long time.
One of the like better games we've seen in a while. Like
what was the score of that game?
54-51, and it was back and forth.
I know that fourth quarter is like who's gonna win? Like
exactly.
It was touchdowns
back and forth. Mahomes' stat line that game: 6 touchdowns, 478 yards. Like it's insane. Goff put up good numbers too: 4 touchdowns and 413 yards. But like 6 touchdowns.
That's crazy.
Like that's insane. Like I don't even know what to say.
I feel like that might be a quarterback duo for a while. I mean duel for a while.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
So that's it for our honorable mentions. So for the third moment of 2018, we have Kobe Bryant winning an Oscar for his Dear Basketball animated short film.
So I feel like we had to put Kobe on this list. He's like our childhood hero.
Exactly, especially for his passion that he didn't really stop after basketball. Because after basketball, he put into his business his...
exactly, yeah. And I feel like growing up, watching Kobe shoot, everyone did the fadeaway. Everyone yelled out Kobe.
Everyone yelled Kobe.
Every time. Like,
when you get big off your first name, that's how you know.
Exactly. Everyone knows him by just Kobe.
And I feel like he made it a point after basketball to become more than just a basketball player.
Yeah, for sure.
He put in all his passion,
And like even like winning the Oscar, like it shows that like he tries to show that it's not just the rings that matter.
Yeah, he also even said sometimes like, "Oh, winning an Oscar is just as important as all my championships."
Because I feel like that gets some recognition outside of the sports.
Exactly, it shows that we're more than just an athlete.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
he also said, while working with his team members, he's like, he doesn't matter how much work you put in as long as it's quality work.
And then now he's doing the detail where he's like analyzing basketball players
to a T. Like he shows like how smart he is. That's why he knew he was going to be set up for success after basketball because he knew how intelligent he is.
Too. Yeah, he put in the work.
Even though he came out of high school, he didn't go to college.
And like after
but he's still so intelligent.
And after bad games, like he used to go to the gym and shoot right after. Like he didn't like.
He always puts in the work.
You could tell like every time you see him playing on the court. Like, he gives it his 110% on every play. Yeah,
and you could tell in Dear Basketball was, like, the culmination of, like, all of his years. Like, he played more than his career more than practically we were alive.
Yeah. So,
he started playing before we were born, so, like...
So, like, that Oscar
that was, like,
award,
the culmination of his
I feel like the Oscar
basketball.
award was just, like, the bow, like, tying the knot, pretty much. Like, that was just, like...
But he still got more to go.
Yeah, he does. But, like, that was, like, the only thing he was missing. Because, LeBron has championships, Jordan has championships. But who has an Oscar?
Nobody has an Oscar in terms of basketball players, yeah.
Okay, and that's it for our third moment of 2018. Okay, so for the second moment of 2018, we have my favorite, the Philly special.
Yeah, so the Eagles beat the Patriots in Super Bowl 52. but I feel like it all changed with that one moment.
Yeah, that was
definitely
definitely
the end of the half. Yeah,
that was definitely game changing. It was 4th and goal from the 1. 38 seconds left. They're up 15-12. So most of the
only
time,
up 3 points. Might just go up by 6.
Go for 6. Yeah. And knowing that Patriots are getting the ball back, you just play it safe. But not Doug Peterson. Nick Foles went right up to him. He's like, "Coach, you want to do the Philly special?"
He said, "Yeah."
He said, "Yeah."
He said, "Yeah."
It's crazy. So
what happened? Yeah.
So let's break down the play.
Yeah.
So
Nick
Nick
Foles,
he's
under
center,
time,
yeah.
right?
And Corey Clement's right next to him. He gets Corey Clement. He calls him in motion, gets him behind him, runs up to Jason Peters. And he says something, tries to fake it, pretend like he's like calling play.
And then he moves to the side, right?
And then he moves to the side. Corey Clement gets a snap.
Yeah.
Goes it. He takes it. He goes around, gives it to Trey Bryant. And with me watching that live, I'm like, oh man, don't do a reverse. And I thought, you don't do a reverse. You run it either up the gut, get Blunt going, or pass it.
Blunt wasn't even on the field though.
Exactly. Yeah. But then Corey Clement gives it to Trey Bryant. Trey Bryant rolls right, throws it to Nick Foles. Crazy moment.
And you know what's crazy about that? Nick Foles is a quarterback. He caught the touchdown pass. But what happened previously in the third quarter?
Same quarter.
They do a reverse with Edelman. Edelman throws it to Brady.
And Brady
misses it. And he shows his like drop in athleticism, but he is very old.
Yeah, I know. But that, because if I was on a 3rd and 5 too, so if they got that, maybe they go on to score on that drive. So that was a game changing moment too. And then Doug Peterson calls the same exact play.
Yeah. And what happens if you miss it too? You're only up 3. The Patriots get the ball back. They could get all cylinders rolling.
They get momentum changes.
Yeah. But do you think it affected them in terms of their defense of being able to stop that play because they didn't have Malcolm Butler?
I feel like that played a role the whole game. Because Malcolm, he's their top corner.
You think it would have affected the whole game, not just that play,
for sure, because he's a cornerback.
Exactly. I feel like his presence on the defense just gives it.
Even if he's not doing the best, he saved them the Super Bowl that one year. So I feel like him just being on the defense as a leader, it changes things.
So that was a big decision to not play him.
And then Brandon Cooks got hurt too in the game, so I feel like that kind of knocked down their offense. But they had weapons too. Edelman was there, They had weapons, James White. So
and you can never count Brady out. Imagine that last play.
He
you
threw
still
got
to be on your feet.
I was watching. I was like, yo. I was praying because
it
hit his hands. It hit Gronk's hands, but then he dropped it.
And every Super Bowl, when Brady has the ball in the last seconds of the fourth quarter, you can't count him out.
But
that wraps it up.
Backup quarterback Nick Foles gets the job done, and the rest is history.
Surprising moment. All right, that's it for our number 2 moment of 2018. So for the number 1 most anticipated sports moment of 2018. We have Colin Kaepernick being featured in Nike's Just Do It campaign, the 30th anniversary of the Just Do It campaign.
Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything.
Yeah, and I feel like he really embodied that.
He really did. That actually shows what he did. He knelt, and now he's not even playing.
Yeah, but he still has his impact being felt through Nike.
Yeah, but I feel like as an athlete, that's what you do. You wake up every morning trying to play football, doing your sport. But he isn't playing anymore.
I know, which is
so it's pretty crazy. But so this all started in 2016, third preseason game when Kaepernick came out and he sat down.
But he thought sitting was rude.
Yeah,
especially to the soldiers.
It came out rude
veterans,
too because that wasn't his message. He wanted to say that I'm against the violence
and oppression against minorities. Yeah,
exactly. Black Lives Matter. That's what that's initially what it started as. And he thought sitting was rude for veterans and all the soldiers and stuff.
And then the 4th preseason game, he knelt to show more respect.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I feel like that was a good thing in his way, in his thing. And then Eric Reed, his teammate, also took a knee with him. And he's on a team now, but he was off a team for a really long time too. Yeah. And up to this year until week 5, he was on a team. You think that affects general managers or owners? Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like Kaepernick's not on a team right now because of that whole thing. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants all that
extra baggage.
Exactly. Yeah. Nobody wants that. And also, I feel like Kaepernick isn't the player he once was. When he took
he obviously is not the player he was in terms of when he was on the 49ers in the heyday.
But I definitely feel like he's definitely better than
a lot of backup quarterbacks. Maybe some starting quarterbacks. And it's important to know that this happened during the 2016 season, right before the Trump election.
Exactly, yeah. And then after the Trump election, how winning a championship, going to the White House was an honorable thing. Yeah. And now the Warriors haven't gone.
Nobody goes
Eagles
anymore.
Didn't
it's
go.
Crazy, yeah.
So I feel like politics has playing a big role in football today. Which it didn't
more athletes
before.
Nowadays, they keep track of their political statements and how the politics are going around.
Exactly, but other players such as McCoy took a knee, Ray Lewis came down.
Yeah, when he was the honorary team captain.
And then when the Seahawks played the Titans, they didn't even
neither
come on
team
the field.
Came on the field. Yeah, that's how they know.
And the Steelers didn't do that too either, but Villanova came out in the field because he's a veteran, so he wanted to show his respect
right away. Yeah.
So
because he was a veteran, so he wanted to go on the field.
But Kaepernick's pledge, the $1 million pledge.
Yeah,
that was a big impact.
It led to NFL policy changes, right?
Exactly. Like now you're not allowed to take a knee anymore or sit. You have to either stay in the locker room or stand. So,
yeah, and if you do kneel, you're fined.
But I feel like a lot of players are like locking hands, raising
doing
their
some
fists,
kind of thing. Wearing like a shirt.
Like LeBron. LeBron was wearing an I'm with Cap t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like it's creating a movement, and maybe he'll be on a team next year, and next year maybe
Hopefully
he'll be in our top 10 moments for being on a team.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But that wraps it up for our top 10 moments of 2018.
So that wraps up our second episode of It's Case.
And we use our feedback from you guys to make this episode a lot shorter, so it's easier to listen to. And next episode, we're going to make it even more fun. We're going to include a brand new segment.
And I'm excited for that.
For sure.
Also, let us know who won the draft in the comment section, any feedback you have, and if you agree with our list or have any other additions to our top 10 moments of 2018.
And that's it for this year. We'll see you next year.